Good evening, Stacy. Thanks for letting me visit today. Don't mind if I text you already.
Good evening, Aline. Thanks for coming today. It was our pleasure.
I'm going to be marrying your brother, preferably next month, since, as you know, I'm pregnant with his baby. After that, the two of us are going to be sisters-in-law.
Yep, I look forward to it.
By the way, you're in your 3rd year of high school and are going to university next year, right, Stacy?
Yes.
Are you going to be moving out once you graduate high school?
I have no plans of moving out as of yet.
Why not?
Because I'm going to be entering a university that I can go to from home. But it's no use talking about that now. I haven't even taken the entrance examination yet, so who knows what will happen.
Well, I guess that's true. Tell me when it's decided, okay? I'll probably be moving in with you starting next month.
Oh, is that so? Well, I hope we can get along with each other when that happens.
Hi, Stacy. Care to explain what's the meaning of this?
What?
My wedding ring was found in your room. I was looking for it these past few days since I thought I lost it, but to think that you stole it?
Hold on, I did no such thing.
But I found it in your room, under your desk as if you were trying to hide it. I probably would have never found it if I didn't happen to decide to clean your room. I've told your brother and your parents about this. Everyone was furious. It seems that you were going to be staying here and go to university from home, but I told everyone that I'm scared of living with a thief when my baby is about to be born, and they all agreed to make you leave the house.
But you didn't even listen to what I had to say. This is too unfair.
But there was concrete proof that you had stolen it in the form of my ring hidden in your desk.
I did no such thing, I promise you.
No matter. Just hurry up and come home. Your high school graduation ceremony should be done by now, so hurry up and pack your stuff because you're going to be leaving.
I'm telling you, I didn't do it.
Hi, Stacy. I'll be kind and ask, but are you unsure of what to do from now?
No. I told my boyfriend what happened, and he believed me when I told him I didn't do anything. I'm going to be living with him in his apartment for now.
Oh? Well, look at you. I didn't know that you had a boyfriend.
Yes, we've been going out since the 2nd year of high school. I'm extremely grateful since I'm going to have to pay for my living expenses and university tuition on my own from now on.
You brought this upon yourself. You went and fooled even your boyfriend? You're so young, but already so devious.
I didn't do anything, but don't worry, I have no intention of returning home.
Is that so?
But let me ask you one question. Why did you hide your ring in my desk?
Well, I guess if you don't have any intention of returning, then... You see, I want to have a share in your family's property.
Our property?
Like I was saying, I wanted your property, so I seduced your brother, Charles, and made him drunk, bringing him into a love hotel. As you can see, my plan of getting pregnant with his child so he had to marry me was a huge success. Your brother is such an idiot.
Seriously?
And if I chase you out of the family, then my portion of the inheritance after your parents die will be larger, since you'd no longer be there to compete with me. Which is why I came up with the idea of making it seem like you stole my ring. But it's also no use telling your parents about it now. Now that I've had a baby, they can't possibly make me leave anymore as the wife of the eldest son. Not only that, but you're a thief in their minds. Besides, sisters-in-law are such a bother. It makes me laugh no matter how many times I replay it in my mind. Your mother shouting, "Leave the house," and your dad also saying, "Don't come back, thief!" Your brother's reaction was splendid as well. I cried to him saying that you had scolded me, and he got furious at you and said, "You have no right of talking to my wife like that. You're just a child and a thief at that."
You're awful, Aline, but I don't need a family that listens to nothing their daughter says either. I'm cutting ties with this family.
Oh, I'm glad then. I mean, of course they believed me over you. I'm the one who gave birth to your parents' first grandchild. And as the eldest son's wife, I'm also going to inherit your family's property. No one's going to believe a stupid child saying that she did nothing, even though she has no proof.
I wanted to tell you those exact same words myself.
What?
Once I enter university, I plan on entering the film club. I bought a camera using the money I saved up in high school doing part-time jobs.
What?
There was one day where I accidentally left the camera recording in my room. You were caught clean on camera hiding your ring in my desk.
What?
I have no intention of returning home, so I'm not even going to bother showing it to my family, but just remember that I have definitive proof of what you did in my hands.
Hold on.
I also have our conversation by text as proof as well. Thanks for being cocky and telling me everything.
Stop it!
Don't forget that I can expose what you did whenever I want.
No way! Hey, Stacy! Stacy! Just what do you think you're doing?
Oh, Aline, long time no see.
Stop acting all calm. You know why I contacted you, right?
Oh, I guess. You're talking about the movie that's currently in cinemas, The Empty Family and Me, right?
Yes, but what happens in the later half of the movie is different, but the scene where the family kicks their daughter out of the house for a crime she didn't do, it caused a commotion in your family because it's what happened to you, no matter how you look at it. And doing some research, we found out that the novel that the movie was based on was written by your husband.
Yes.
So you went out of your way and told your husband about it? So you could have it published as a novel and even made into a movie? Don't you think that that's a little too evil?
I told you a few days after I was kicked out of the house 10 years ago that I would be temporarily staying with my boyfriend at his apartment, right? My boyfriend at that time became my husband.
Huh?
I'm going to tell you this so you don't have any misunderstandings. My husband hasn't said that that novel was nonfiction, but neither did he say it was fiction. The novel that my husband wrote was a huge success and was made into a movie. That's all the truth to it. Whether you interpret it as what actually happened 10 years ago is completely up to you.
Your family finally noticed. I was divorced because of it.
Is that so?
What's with that reaction? Because of you!
It seems that my brother contacted my husband soon after the movie was released.
What?
My brother and my husband knew each other from before I was kicked out of the house and had each other's contact information. It even seems that my brother found out we married from a mutual acquaintance. Apparently my brother, after calming down, took his time to think about the incident more logically. But since all my parents could think about was their grandchild, he couldn't talk to them about it since they would always side with you. He spent the next 10 years unsure as to what really happened. But over time, my parents also started thinking a bit more logically. That movie was the final push they needed to be sure of my innocence. My brother had a lot of questions for my husband, so they met. And my husband told my brother everything that I had told him about the incident.
Huh?
He also showed him the camera evidence and screenshots of the conversation we had on text a few days later after I was kicked out. I had given them to my husband because he said that he wanted to use it as inspiration for his novel.
No way!
My husband, the author of that novel, He didn't tell me anything about it since I had already given up being reunited with my family. But I guess he just wanted to prove that I was innocent of the crime I was accused of 10 years ago and wanted to tell the world about it in one form or another. At least that's what I think.
Are you being serious? Do you know what I had to go through because of that?
The baby you gave birth to as part of your plan in making my brother marry you wasn't actually my brother's child, right?
It
It seems that my brother told my husband about that as well. As he grew older, it became more apparent that the child's face and body features didn't look like those of anyone in the family. My brother, after watching the movie and hearing what my husband had to say, decided to test every possibility. So he had him and his son do a DNA test. It came out saying that his son wasn't related to him by blood.
Why'd he have to tell your husband about that?
Perhaps it's his way of making up for his sins. I also heard about the fight over who would take custody of the child. My brother's trying to take custody, saying that even if they weren't related by blood, he was still his son who he had raised the past 10 years. The child himself is closer to my brother and parents than he is to you. This, combined with other factors like finance and home environment, allowed my brother to successfully take custody. That's what happened, right?
It wasn't supposed to go this way. To think that the forced marriage I had succeeded in making happen would fail 10 years later.
I could have made it fail at any point by giving my family the evidence, you know. I just couldn't be bothered to do it. I knew your parents cut ties with you, so I didn't do anything since it might harm your child, who was innocent.
What?
Fast forward 10 years, and it seems like there's no need to worry about that anymore. I'm so glad, but...
Didn't you consider what might happen to me?
What?
If I'm kicked out of this house, then I'll have nowhere to go. Did you have that in consideration when you let your husband publish his novel?
Did I have to have that in consideration?
What?
You're an adult, right? There's no need for me, a stranger, to have your well-being in consideration. You're not a child who can't live without the help of adults.
What?
Well then, I guess that's all I have to say.
Hold on, Stacy.
No matter what you say to me, there's nothing I can do for you. Not that I would, even if I could, though.
Stacy! We were sisters-in-law, even if it was just a few months. Surely you must have some compassion left for me.
There's no way I would have any compassion for someone like you. Goodbye. A few days later, I got a letter from my family apologizing for what they did, thanks to my husband's words saying that you should at least accept the apology as a way to put an end to this business. The stubborn feelings I had towards my family lightened just a bit. So I promised to exchange New Year's letters with them, even though I have no intention yet of coming home. My ex-sister-in-law Aline, on the other hand, it seems that thanks to the kindness of my brother, she was excused of having to pay child support in exchange for her division of property following the divorce. And the alimony she had to pay for cheating on my brother was basically nothing. But since she had no relatives to rely on and had been spending the past 10 years as a housewife in my parents' wealthy home, she was in huge trouble after my brother divorced her and she was kicked out of their home. She had to find a job as soon as possible, so apparently she just took on a random job that paid well, but it seemed the work environment she put herself in was quite harsh. Now she's forced to work every day on the verge of having a mental breakdown.
Ken, are you okay now?
Yeah, Michelle, I'm fine. What's up?
I want to talk to you about tomorrow's wedding, the final checkups.
Yes.
So tonight we're both at our parents' house, so we're going to go there with our parents by car. And we're going to meet up at 8:30 in front of the wedding venue tomorrow. That's correct, right? Yes.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Your name is Michelle, right? I'm Stephanie. Why do you think you're marrying my Ken? You bitch. I have loved Ken since we were a child. He is my destiny from the moment we were born. We loved each other from before we were born. But why is he going to marry a woman like you? He's mine. Today's wedding is for me and Ken. I'm going to ruin your wedding. I know you're in the middle of the wedding right now. How dare you have a buffet near the pool? That's the wedding I wanted to have with Ken. Oh my god. This means that Ken wanted to marry me. I'm going to save Ken from you. Please wait for me and my soulmate.
Michelle, can you text now?
Hey, Ken.
What happened since then?
I broke my leg.
You broke your leg?
Someone pushed me into the pool. I twisted it the wrong way.
Seriously?
But nothing else happened, so I'm fine. I got a check out at the hospital as well.
Okay. It's great that there was nothing else.
I'm sorry I left you to prepare for the wedding by yourself.
I mean, we couldn't continue the wedding in that situation, so I canceled it. I had everyone go home.
Oh, I thought so.
The problem is a stranger. We haven't called them yet.
Are you serious?
Judging by her body, it looks like a woman, but we haven't seen the face.
I see. She did have a mask and sunglasses with a hoodie. I couldn't see her face too. But
What?
I just saw my phone and there was a text from a person called Stephanie just before I was pushed into the pool.
What? Stephanie?
According to the text, it seems like you grew up with her.
That's true. She was my neighborhood before I moved when I was younger, but I only recognized that I grew up with her older brother. I always hung out with her older brother, so she came sometimes.
I see.
But I don't think she knows you.
I know. I don't know how she got my number.
That's scary.
Anyways, I want you to see the text she sent me. I'm sorry I don't want to say this about your childish friend, but it's pretty insane. I'm thinking maybe...
Anyways, we're sure now that she's after you. I think you should stay in the hospital for a while to be safe.
Yes. I'm hospitalized anyway, so I think it might be safe now.
I can leave the wedding venue to my parents, so I'm going to head over. And then show me the text you got from Stephanie.
I'm having my company check something about Stephanie.
Your company?
I just had my secretary checking some files, so I'll let you know once I've confirmed my suspicions.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Michelle. According to my plan, your wedding was cancelled. Since I got chased, I ran away, but Ken is safe now. Since now you're gone, I can marry Ken. You should be thankful that I only pushed you into the pool. It sucks that you have to cancel your wedding today, because it's the style of the wedding I wanted to do. I'll go ask him if he wants to continue the wedding with me. I bet Ken was thinking about me when he planned it. Yes, I prepared my dress so I don't need yours. I don't want to wear a dress that a bitch once wore. I'm so lucky recently. I'm going to graduate college this year. I've also got a hard job. I'm going to be Ken's wife and have his baby someday.
Ken, Stephanie is insane.
What?
She texted me again. I didn't reply though. It's certain now that she's the one who pushed me into the pool.
I see. I'll be there in about 10 minutes. If Stephanie does anything again, don't do anything.
Okay.
Ken, I'm your fiancée, Stephanie. I got your number from your grandma. She also told me Michelle's number as well. That bitch. It's been a long time, but I can finally marry you, Ken. 7 years ago, it was so hard when you moved away. You should have told me if you were going to marry such a bitch. If I had known earlier, I would have sabotaged earlier. I found out on the wedding day, so I rushed over.
So it was you, Stephanie, who pushed Michelle into the pool.
Ken, I'm so happy you noticed it was me.
You exposed yourself, it's obvious.
Yes. Anyways, Ken, where are you? It's a bigger mess than I thought. People around me are saying that I am a stranger, so I am hiding. You have to pick me up and clear up the misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
I just came to save you from a loveless marriage. You have to prove that to everybody. You can say that you wanted to marry me and everyone will understand.
Hey, we haven't seen each other in 7 years. What are you talking about marrying me?
I got your hidden message, Ken.
My message?
First of all, the day of the wedding. It's my birth month. I realized that you chose this month because it's my birth month. Another thing is, also the wedding is a buffet-style wedding by the pool. 2 years ago when I was invited to a relative's wedding, it was that style. I've been wanting this wedding for myself since then. I realized that you made this come true.
And that is very complicated.
I knew that you knew I was going to understand you.
So, where are you now?
Oh, you're going to come pick me up. I'm at the YouTube Hotel, about a 10-minute walk from the wedding venue. Their suite room got a cancellation, so I got the room. After the wedding, let's stay here tonight.
Okay, so come to the park nearby.
The park?
There's a park next to the hotel, right?
I can see it. They have wooden toys there, right?
If you wait there, there's a surprise.
Okay, I'm happy. I'll wait there. Hey, Michelle, this is your fault, right? Where is Ken? He was supposed to come pick me up when we were going to be married. Why did the police come?
The fact you don't contact Ken and me? You are so crazy.
Crazy? I don't want a bitch to call me that.
I heard you run to the toilet inside of the park.
I'm going to wait here until Ken comes.
Stephanie, you're in your senior year of college, right?
What?
You got a job offer after a long time searching for a job.
How do you know about that? Oh, I see. Do you want to be a housewife, right? But Ken likes independent women. His grandma told me. That's why I decided to find a job instead of becoming a housewife. I'm going to work, so Ken's going to love me even more.
I see. Well, that's too bad.
What do you want to say?
I'm not going to hire you.
What?
I have to figure out my hiring method again. I can't keep hiring people like you.
You don't have the right to say anything to me.
Stephanie.
Ken, what's going on? The police are trying to catch me. Help me.
I told the police where you are.
What?
I told you there was a surprise.
What?
The police are a surprise. You destroyed my wedding today. This is the least I can do. It's just the beginning, though.
What? Destroying your wedding? We're going to do our wedding now, right?
Why would we do that?
What?
Oh, there are so many things I want to say, but let me say this first. Michelle is my wife.
What are you saying? No, she's not. I noticed your hidden message. It's okay, you can be honest with your feelings.
About the birth month and the style of the wedding?
Yes.
Honestly, it's just a coincidence.
What?
We chose a day that was good for both of us, and the style of the wedding was what Michelle wanted. It's not because of you.
No way!
And I don't think you realize what you've done.
What are you talking about?
I think Michelle told you earlier that she's not going to hire you.
Oh yes. I didn't understand what she meant. What does it mean? I did recently just got a job at Company D. But what does that have to do with her?
Do you not even know the president's name of the company that hired you?
The president?
Michelle remembers your name from somewhere. She asked her secretary to check the hiring list.
What?
So that means, Stephanie, you pushed your future president into the pool and broke her leg. And destroyed her wedding.
You're saying that bitch is the president of Company D?
You still don't get it.
But we were supposed to be reunited after 7 years. We were supposed to tell each other how much we loved each other.
I don't have intentions of doing that.
Why would you say that? Have you forgotten about the day you left?
What are you talking about?
The letter! I put it in your postbox. I wrote, let's get married when we grow up.
What?
If you didn't want to marry me, you should have told me earlier. I also wrote that as well. But you didn't reply to me. So for the 7 years.
Wait a minute. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Of course not. I still remember it was the second Sunday of September. A storm is supposed to come, so I put the letter in the mailbox right before that.
I didn't get that.
What?
Back then, the weather forecast said there was going to be a storm, so we changed our plans and moved on Saturday.
What? Saturday?
I think my mom went to your house to talk about that. I remember everyone except you were there to say goodbye.
What?
I think you were watching TV and told your mom that you wanted to watch TV instead of saying goodbye.
What? I don't remember that.
There's nothing I can say. Anyways, Michelle and I have been married for over 6 months.
Seriously?
I mean, why don't you just come out of the bathroom? We're texting now, but how long are you going to stay hidden?
Because...
Don't bother the police anymore.
What?
Michelle, how are you feeling?
Hey, Ken. Nothing special, just relaxing my time here. My secretary and workers are doing pretty well. And Stephanie got caught.
Yes. She's going to be expelled over college.
I see. It can't be helped.
Also, my grandma apologized to me.
What happened?
I found out recently, but my grandma and Stephanie's grandma have been contacting each other for 7 years ago. And that's why she also has Stephanie's number. So that's how Stephanie got yours and my number.
That's how it happened.
I didn't think this would happen. She cried and apologized.
I see. That's how it was.
My grandma wants to apologize to you. If it's not a hassle, can you come over and listen to her?
Yes, but she doesn't have to worry about that much.
Thank you. I'm going to head over to the hospital after work. We should talk about our wedding as well.
Okay.
Do you want something?
Can you get me a crossword puzzle book?
Okay, I'll get the new one you were talking about earlier.
I'm so excited.
Okay, I'll go back to work.
Okay, good luck with your work. Stephanie kept hiding inside of the public bathroom. She also tried to run away, so the police sealed off the park and caught her. Also, when she was trying to run away from the wedding venue, she hurt a couple of wedding venue staff. So she had even more things to be guilty about. It was inevitable for her to go to jail. Stephanie's parents are divorced, so they have different families. Her brother is living abroad forever, and her grandparents are in a nursing home. There's no one she can rely on. Also, she has to pay a lot of reparation money to a lot of people since she's in debt. I don't know how much she has, but I don't think she can have a regular life now.